about being brilliant. It's not always, we're not after people walking in the room and just being fantastic straight away. We want people to come along, we want to work with them, we want to develop their skills. It's not a threatening thing. This really isn't threatening. This is very open, very friendly. They'll do a workshop. They will not be made to do embarrassing things. Yes, they'll have to sing, they'll have to dance, they'll have to act. But it's not one of those sort of awful old-fashioned auditions that they probably get used to if they go into the profession, where you do get that, but are very much a workshop audition where people go out having had a good time.
Okay, so, all together. One.
The audition process itself is singing, drama and dance, and it's very energetic and hands-on, and you do a lot of all three. And when I first came to my first audition, I was really nervous because I hadn't a clue what to expect, and in auditions I'd done before you always had to prepare something and bring it in with you, whereas this you don't prepare anything, which I think is a much better way of doing it.
It was a lot nicer than others I've been to, definitely. Yeah. It was, I forgot that I was actually auditioning. It was more like a lesson that I was having at school or something.
The great thing about musical theatre is that it's the only sort of performance-based piece or performance-based discipline where we need actors, singers, dancers, and sometimes and often all three come together. And some young people, or some people that think they might want to audition for this, might be saying to themselves, but I'm a dancer. Come along, because we are looking for dancers, we are looking for singers, we are looking for actors. Some people might say, well, I do all three, a bit of all three. People are amazed the way they change, the way their talents grow, and the way they discover other things that they didn't know they wanted to do. Well, I've done, I think, 4 projects now with YMT, and the reason I keep coming back is because on every single one of them, we've all had a ball. We've worked ourselves into the ground. I mean, sometimes I feel that when we hand them back at the end of a week, 2 weeks, or whatever it is, that we're handing back some extremely tired people. But we have such a good time. It's so well run. I don't think there's any worries whatsoever. I would say to any parent, have a lovely holiday.
I've got 2. One is to just, whatever they are, try and get some dance classes before you come to an audition. Just the odd 1 or 2 to try and get your body around new material, no matter what it is. And the second one is to just make sure you've got some loose trousers on that you can bend down. Some of the kids are coming in jeans and it's very difficult to literally use the floor. And the floor is the place we need to use, particularly in the improvisation and physical stuff.
I have 2 as well. A bottle of water. Keep it in your hand for most of the singing. And the second one would be to start your vocal warm-up alone before you come into the room.
Go to the theatre and watch plays before you come. And when they're watching a play, try and understand why something works on the stage or why it doesn't work on a stage. So they're a little bit more analytically than they normally would. And secondly, just to come and be very honest about what they do, and not to try and come to impress, but just come and be honest in their work.